Hi everyone, I'm going to be talking you through the virtual open event for ALevel Biology at the Lewes campus. So my name is Sophie Ainsworth and I teach Year 1 and Year 2 of ALevel Biology.
Oh, hi everyone, my name is Tapina Koseke and I am the other lecturer for Biology A-Level and I teach Year 1s. The course is a two-year course and the hope is to leave the college with an A-Level in Biology. And the A-Levels are all about taking what you know and applying it to different situations. And at the bottom of the screen, we can see we have a quote from Harry. They're more on the local classroom, which the Year 11 students who have been invited to, just to shed the light into the course.
So what will you be studying on the course? So Year 1, we're going to be covering some of the topics that you would have covered during GCSE Biology, but in more depth. You'll have 6 required practicals in the first year, looking at things like enzyme practicals, dissections, and microbiology practicals. In Year 2, we're going to look at things like respiration, photosynthesis, and the nervous system, and as well as some genetic engineering. And you'll have slightly more complex practicals, and they'll have 6 more assessed practicals in Year 2.
So the entry requirement is a 5 in maths and a 6 in science. And if you've taken the separate science, then a 6 in biology and a 6 in chemistry will be fine as well. You don't need to have taken the sciences separately, so you don't need to worry if you did the combined science course.
So what can you do after your ALevel Biology course? Well, the majority of students go on to university, but you don't have to. There's lots of different pathways that are open to you. We've got a few listed on the screen here, but there'll be lots of help and support during your time at college to help find the right next step for you. There's some extra events that we run at Lewes to try and make the ALevel Biology as sort of interactive as possible, as well as giving you lots to write on UCAS application or job applications. So you can take part in the British Biology Olympiad, and you could either do that in Year 1 or in Year 2 or both. You could take part in the Great Science Bake Off, and last year we raised over £100 for Macmillan Cancer Support Charity. So hopefully we'll be able to raise even more next year with your help. You can take part in I'm a Scientist, Get Me Out of Here, which is an online event and allows you to have access to research scientists and discuss some of the cutting edge research projects which are going on in the world now. And finally, to make sure that you have the proper support during your A-Level, we offer weekly support sessions. These run during lunch times and students can drop into those because we're really keen at Lewes to make sure that you're fully supported and you can achieve the highest grade possible during your A-Level.
Bye to everybody, and we look forward to answering questions and meeting you in September.
My name's Rosie. I am the ALevel Chemistry Coordinator, so that means I'm basically in charge. I have a Master's in Chemistry, specialism in NMR, and I've been teaching since 2016.
Hi, my name's Sophie. I'm actually the ALevel Biology Coordinator, but I also teach part of the Year 1 chemistry course along with Rosie as well. So I've got some experience of working in research as well, so you can help with sort of careers advice while you're at college as well.
The main bit that you all want to know is how do you get onto this amazing course? So all A-levels require 5 GCSEs 4 to 9, but specifically for science, if you do combined science, you'll need a 5 in maths and a 6. But if you take them separately, so if you take a separate GCSE, chemistry, biology, physics, you'll need specifically a 6 in chemistry and then 1 other science. Doesn't matter which one, so long as you've got the 6 in chemistry.
So at Lewes, your A-Level chemistry is going to be building on some of the chemistry that you covered at GCSE. So if you're worrying about not remembering things that you started before lockdown, then try not to worry about that because we will be going over that and then we'll deepen our knowledge around that as well. Plus, we'll be building our ability to apply our knowledge to different situations and building our practical skills as well. We've got a quote here from Sophie, who's one of our current Year 1 chemistry students. So she's talking about the fact that it is harder than the GCSE, but it's really interesting. And she's highlighted some of the things that she's really enjoyed, such as periodicity and bonding, and the fact that she's enjoyed the practical element as well.
Well, moving on from the practical portion, segues us nicely into entry criteria, studying. So We're going to cover physical, inorganic, and organic chemistry over both years. There's a whole range of different things we cover. They're all listed here. You can read them with your own eyes. But the main thing is that the assessment is 3 papers at the end of year 2. They're each 2 hours long with a variety of questions. They range from having physical and inorganic in one, physical and organic in the other, and then a third paper which is synoptic. Over the course of the 2 years, you'll also get to do 12 assessed practicals that test your skills in various topics, and they will also crop up in your exam questions as well.
So what could you do after you finished your A-levels at Lewes College? Well, the majority of students choose to go on to higher education, but you don't have to do that. There's lots of really different routes open to you, and we have a careers team that can help with that. If you're interested in going into medicine, veterinary science, or dentistry, we can help with the entrance exams around that. And there's some other examples of careers. Equally, if you have no idea, don't worry, there's been lots of opportunities when you're at college to get support around finding the right next step for you.
Our unique selling point make our course sound extra cool. We do all sorts of cool stuff. Our main ones that we do is Science Olympiad. So there is one specifically for chemistry. It's to test your metal, test your knowledge. You can do that in year 1 or year 2, or you can do both if you're feeling super into it. We also like to raise money for charity as well. Last year we did a bake-off to raise money for Macmillan Coffee Morning. We also have access to I'm a Scientist, Get Me Out of Here, where you get to speak to real life scientists and ask them about all the kind of cool things that they do. As well as that, one thing we're really keen on is making sure you have all the support you need to succeed. In chemistry, we run a weekly support session run by me and Sophie. We provide you with as much extra support as you need. You can pop in and let us know if there's anything that you need help with.
So that's the end of this presentation, and we're really looking forward to speaking to you at the live Q&A session and hopefully seeing you in September.
Hello, my name is Craig Kenny. I'm the physics teacher and I'm going to talk to you about the A-Level Physics course. Okay, firstly about myself. I've been teaching A-Level Physics for around about a decade now at various colleges and schools. I was formerly a science journalist working for publications like Nursing Times, GP Pulse, those kind of things for medical professionals. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the course. Okay, so A-Level Physics is a great course to take, particularly, I think, in conjunction with subjects like mathematics, but it also goes nicely with chemistry as well. It can take you on into engineering. It can take you on into medical careers. There's quite a lot to say about it. Firstly, you will be working in our fully equipped laboratory on the Lewes campus. There's a picture up there of some students who are just doing an experiment, one of our core practical experiments, in fact, measuring the acceleration of a trolley down a ramp using light gates. There are 12 of those core practicals, and we do an awful lot of experiments in A-Level Physics. Now, let me talk to you about the content. Okay, so this is what we learn. We learn in the first year, we do mechanics, which is forces and motion, a lot more detail than you would have done at GCSE. We also go into electric circuits, again, much more detail. Materials, that's solids and also fluids as well, squeezing them, stretching them, putting them under pressure, and so forth. We look at waves, all the different types of wave behaviors, and we do a little bit of an introduction to quantum physics in the first year. Okay, in the second year, I think is all the really interesting stuff is we look at gravity, electric and magnetic fields, which is a huge topic, nuclear physics, particle physics. We do a little bit of cosmology as well. Okay, and I already mentioned that those 16 core practicals, which you write up in your lab books, and they will lead to a practical skills endorsement, which is a kind of extra gold star on your A-level. Okay, mostly on the A-level, you're assessed on 3 exam papers. 2 papers, papers 1 and 2, are 1 hour and 45 minutes. And paper 3, which is mostly about experimental skills, is 2.5 hours. Yeah, so there's a couple of things that you can do in the meantime. If you are year 11, then join our Google Classroom page for preparation for Physics A-Level next year. The class code there is NJLRWQD. If you log into that, you will find some baseline assessment tests to take. That's of your maths and physics skills. Again, only stuff that you've done up to GCSE, and also some experiments and some activities, things that you can do at home over the summer. I also recommend that you buy the textbook. There are 2 textbooks, one for the first, one for the second year. Okay, and it's probably best to buy those as a pair. Other things you could do, I highly recommend the website Zooniverse, particularly their Galaxy Zoo activities. It's an opportunity to do real astrophysics research or classifying galaxies over the internet. That's genuine research. There's also quite a lot of very good physics documentaries that they've put onto iPlayer over lockdown. So there's a few recommendations there for you as well. What can you do with a physics degree? Well, it is a very, very highly regarded A-level, one of the most highly regarded A-levels. It's also quite difficult, so you will have to study hard. But you can go on to engineering courses, computer science, lots of mixed maths and physics courses. It will give you a set of problem-solving skills that can take you into all kinds of careers: agriculture, aviation, planning, land, environmental sciences, construction, engineering, manufacturing, medicine, nursing, those kind of medical technologies. For instance, medical scanning technologies are often based on particles, which we study in the second year. Science and research, all kinds of areas. A lot of banks actually employ physicists as well to try and make their trading computers faster, because if they can shave a few nanoseconds off of a trade, they beat their competitor. So all kinds of careers it will take you into. Okay, well, I wish you luck in your GCSEs, and I hope to see you next year studying physics. Thank you.
My name's Gordon, and myself and Phil are the maths teachers here at Lewes. So one of the reasons that we love maths is that, as well as learning about loads of really useful techniques, it is brilliant for all those general skills like problem solving and logical thinking. I mean, maths really goes so well with so many other subjects, and it is actually the most popular A-level in the UK. There it is at the top of the list. Here are some of the things that you'll learn on a maths A-level. Some of these topics will be familiar to you from GCSE, and some will be new. That's kind of the point, as you're going to build on things that you do already know alongside the brand new stuff. In lessons, you'll work in small groups with other students to learn new material and to solve problems. And there'll also be lots of independent study time for you to practice all the things that you've been learning in class. You'll also have the whole course available to you online, which will really help to support the more structured learning that you'll get in class. And we also run drop-in workshops if you do need extra support. I'm going to mention calculators as well. You may well need to update your calculator for an A-level one, and there are more details on calculators in our Google Classroom. If you're really into your maths, you might want to consider also doing an A-level in further maths, which is taken as a second A-level, which you do as well as doing your maths A-level. This is especially useful if you think you might want to do a degree in things like maths or engineering or physics or computing. And there's some things here, some examples of the things that you'd learn about. So things like complex numbers and matrices you won't meet in your regular maths A-level. We are the only college in the local area which runs a fully pure maths syllabus in further maths, which means you get a chance to look at some things like groups and number theory, which are likely to be very new to you. So some entry criteria for maths A-level, you're going to need to get a 6 at least in your GCSE maths, and if you want to do further maths as well, then you're going to need to get 7. Some of the things that you can do with the Maths A-level are on here. Lots of people go on to university courses in a wide range of subjects, and it goes so well with courses, degrees, and jobs. If you have just finished year 11 and you're planning on coming to college in September, then please join our Google Classroom. There's lots of information up there, and there'll be more going on over the summer. And there's also some preparation work for you to do, just to prepare you for starting the A-level in September. And I'm going to leave you now just with some quotes from some of our students. So thank you very much.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Virtual Open Day at Lewes campus for Science and Maths. I am Vasuki. I am teaching GCSE Science at this college. I am going to explain briefly about this course. Name of this course is GCSE Combined Science Synergy by AQA Exam Board. This is 1 year intense course as part of progression to level 3 programs. Since we cover 2 years contents in 1 year, you will have 4 lessons per week with appropriate breaks. As you probably know that each lesson lasts 50 minutes. This course is for Hope School students and who want to gain GCSEs in core subjects in order to progress to level 3 courses at our college. Students who are currently in year 11 can also apply. Unlike triple science, you will study chemistry, biology, physics in the forms of life and environmental sciences and physical sciences. In life and environmental sciences part, you will study about atoms, plants, animals, how the plants make food, what is the differences and similarities between photosynthesis and respiration, how our heart works, how the diseases spread, how we can control them, what are the impacts of climate change, what are the causes, how we can prevent them, so on. In physical sciences part, you will study about atomic structure, electric circuit, what kind of forces make parachute to move, why do we need to recycle, how the earth was formed in the beginning, and you will also study different types of energies, how to decide whether plastic or paper bag is better for a long-term use, etc. You will have a number of practical sessions as part of this course. You will make salt, you will find the relationship between forces and acceleration. You will be able to measure and calculate density of different objects. You will determine the types of food by doing food tests, etc. At the end of the course, you will have 4 exams by AQA Exam Board, namely Paper 1, Paper 2, Paper 3, and Paper 4. Paper 1 and 2 covers the topics from first part, that is life and environmental sciences, and paper 3 and 4 cover the topics from physical sciences. Exams usually start in mid-May. This is a brief introduction to GCSE Combined Science course. I am happy to answer if you have any question. I look forward to seeing you in next academic year in September. Thank you very much.